Well, hello, welcome everyone. My name is James, Coach Comeback Holland. I will be your host for today. I want to thank you all for coming. This is going to be exciting, really exciting, because this is going to be the secret sauce. This is what the most common email questions I get from clients, students, members, followers, etc., who want to know exactly what it takes to run a six-figure business in 4 hours a day. I want to understand what was the process to lead to the position we're in right now, and how we get here. So today we're actually going to show you, reveal the curtain, just show you step by step exactly what goes into our day-to-day business and how it's ran in just 4 hours a day, and how you can do it too. So to do that, we brought in, working together closely with a man you probably most are all familiar with, extremely popular on the forum because he puts out just stellar products. They are concise, to the point, and they've helped so many hundreds of thousands of people actually propel their business online to the next level. He just has a knack for coming up with these methods that most people wouldn't think of. I just love the way he sees a problem in the online business, and he can just figure it out, and he's very precise at the way he details it step by step. So there's a reason why this man I'm about to introduce is in the position that he's in, is because he has just a problem-solving knack. He can put it out there in a way that makes it easy for others to implement and duplicate it and have the exact same success in order to start their own journeys. I don't know how many countless people he's sent on their own journey for building their own six-figure empire. So together, we've kind of outlined some of the best stuff that I do daily, the best stuff he does daily, and we put together this blueprint to show you exactly the most efficient and important steps that you need to run a six-figure business, all from the luxury of your computer and anywhere in the world. So I want to introduce you to Bill Hugel, who's going to show you exactly how to do this, probably far better than I can explain it, because, I may talk for hours and hours because I enjoy just talking with you people. So I brought in Bill, who's going to get right to the point, walk you through this blueprint, and take all your questions at the end and show you exactly how you can do this yourself. So welcome, Bill. Ready, excited to see this blueprint.
To be here. I hope I can live up to all of that hype. So if everyone can hear me, see my screen, just give me a big slide over to that bar and let me know that everything is A-okay and that you can see my screen and you can hear me loud and clear. Okay.
Good.
Good? Okay.
Yep.
So, all right, what we're going to do on this training, first I just wanted to go over and just let everyone know that this isn't going to be your normal kind of trainee supermaster speech type presentation. I'm going to be talking to everybody more like a friend, so a few words may pop out. Don't let that get in the way of the content that's here if those types of things offend you. I'm just going to be straight up and honest like I'm talking to a friend. So I hope that's okay with everyone. If it is, just slide that bar over, and we're going to get started today. So what you're going to be able to do by the end of this training workshop, okay, you're going to be able to create quick and easy to release products that will finally have you building the right type of list, the power list, okay? The power list is the most important list in the history of marketing. We're going to show you how to make sure that you can get that up and running quickly. I'll explain a little bit more what the power list is as we go, but this is the key to any thriving online business, and we're going to talk about how to do that. Then we're going to talk about the secret big money sauce that separates those okay earners from the big time earners. And now that you have a list, we want to make sure that that list is as profitable as possible. Is that making sense to everyone? Okay, perfect. Just slide the bar over there whenever you guys hear me ask a question, whichever direction you want to go, it's awesome, okay? And then we're going to talk about the easiest way to get floods and floods of free traffic to your offer. And that, we're going to cover a whole bunch of stuff here, but everything is going to have a key component, and that is free traffic, because we don't want you wasting a whole bunch of time. And what this is going to mean to you guys is more free time.
I don't mean to cut you off. I apologize because I know this is good stuff and you're on a roll. I'm going to ask, there's a few people mentioning it, if you could zoom in just a bit. The font is really, really small on these other nodes. The main one, Six Figure Empire, everyone could see. If you could just zoom in on your Zoom just a little bit to make that a little bigger. It's really, really small. These ones are breaking out. So while he's doing that, well, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just going to make that come up here.
Yeah. So while he's doing that, I want to mention that this blueprint we outlined here, we spent a couple of hours mapping this thing out together, and you're going to be able to see, get this blueprint downloadable at the end of the presentation. You're going to be able to have this, so you can refer back to it later, see the exact walkthrough, and refer to this whenever you need to. So at the very end, you will get a link to be able to refer to this blueprint and save it, because this will have more value than most paid courses you're going to get. We're going to reveal more of it right now during this call, and that's a lot better. Let me know if that's better, if you can see okay, or does he need to go in one more, because it might be too big if you go in too much more. All right, they're saying that if you can see that okay. And I've got one more person. I don't know if you can type. I know I love FreeMind and using it so to actually type, you have to create a new node. But Roger, there's no other way to tell him because he can't hear us. Roger, again, is saying that he can see the webinar, but he has no sound. So I don't know if you create a quick note and say, Roger, under the picture, change the audio options. Otherwise, he's just going to have to watch the replay, hopefully, because everyone else has sound, and I can hear you fine, and everyone else said they can hear you fine. So there's no way to tell them without. There you go. Check your audio options under your image.
Is that working for you, Roger? All right, Roger, that's your chance, buddy. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to jump on here. I'm sorry. We got a lot of people waiting, so I want to make sure that we move along.
He got it. He saw it.
All right, right on, Roger.
You can hear now.
Okay, so
groovy.
Are we ready to roll? Everybody?
Yeah, you were at what this means to me. Tell me what this means to me.
All right, so what this information, everything that you're going to learn here, everything that you're going to get to take home with you, if you stick it out till the end, you're going to get this mind map, as James was just saying, and you're going to be able to run with it. So what that's going to mean to you is you're going to have more free time to enjoy your life, doing the things that you want to do, whether that, for me personally, that's walking my kids to school every day. I love that kind of stuff. Some other people don't have kids. Maybe they want to be out there just living it up on the beach. Doesn't really matter what it is to you. You're going to have more free time to enjoy your life. You're going to have less stress and more freedom. I don't know about many of you, but I used to have this huge stress headache. Every day I'd have to get up to that irritating alarm clock, and I'd have to go to work day in and day out. I'd have this massive stress headache. And it's going to lead to a little bit more freedom when you don't have to get up and do those things. You're also going to have more money to take those vacations or clear that massive amount of debt that some people like to carry around. This is the opportunity. This is what's going to show you exactly how you can alleviate those fears and those concerns. Does that make sense to everyone? Does that sound good? Slide the bar over and let me know. Perfect. Okay, so we want to talk about who is this Bill guy. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a former construction worker, and I kind of lucked into a successful six-figure business in the construction field, and we were living the life we were just living an extremely lavish life. We were making tons of money, had all the big house, the big trucks. It was costing us a fortune to run our house every month, tons of payroll that we had to get out to the guys, but there was nothing was wrong with life. It was absolutely perfect. And then came 2008. Now, I don't know if many of you remember 2008, but it was a pretty devastating time for a lot of people. And myself and my family felt that pretty hard. I remember the first week of January, I lost $300,000 worth of work in 1 week. And this wasn't just happening to me. This was happening to guys all over the industry here in BC. They were losing work. They were laying off their guys. They were letting their tool bills fall by the wayside. A lot of guys just folded up shop and bailed on their guys and left them high and dry. They weren't even paying their guys. They were taking what little money they had left, and they were running. For me, that just didn't work. I was one of those guys that I really wanted to make sure that the guys who had afforded me the life of luxury that I had been living, I really wanted to make sure that they were paid and that they were taken care of. Now, that came at a pretty big price to us because we were buried in debt. Very, very quickly, the money ran out, the bills kept coming in, and the guys all left to go on to someone else that could continue to pay them after I already had. And that's when I found myself in a position, like many of you probably are right now, looking for that solution, looking for that extra little something to make the big difference for me. I was a guy who was making, again, I was doing the $60 an hour, and I went down to $18 an hour, and that is a huge blow for someone in my situation, and I needed something. So I stumbled on and I typed that all elusive code into Google, how to make money from home. Spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours trying to do all sorts of crazy little sites, and any little traffic trick that I could find, anything, all the quick little gimmicks, you name it, I tried it. I made the ugliest little acai berry sites for the longest time, and none of them ever did anything. So that's when I kind of stumbled on this system, this very easy to apply system, and I found something remarkable, that once you just get a little bit of success, if you start taking what made you successful and start scaling that up, your life starts to change in a hurry, and that's something I'd like to share with you guys right now. But what happened for me once I found that solution personally was I went on to becoming a super affiliate, tearing up leaderboards, earning cash prizes and massive commissions. Anyway, yeah, I just ripped up the leaderboards, still doing it. You can find my name all over the leaderboards to this day. In the last year alone, part of 3 of WSO of the days, and in on the creation of 3 JV Zoo product of the days. So that one of those product of the days was actually one of my clients, whose name is Michelle, and she's gone on to just crush it with her products, and her business is moving on here. So finally, I retired from construction at the age of 33, and that was the most amazing day of my life, to take that pouch off and walk away and never have to go back. And I know through and through, no matter what happens in my life now, I don't ever have to go back to swinging a hammer. I live life on my terms. I wake up when I want to, I work when I want to work, and I get to see my kids grow up. And as a result of all this success, I've been able, as James mentioned earlier, to go out and show thousands and thousands of people how to go on to create their own wildly successful online businesses and start generating their first sales. So this is the part that's gonna kind of blow your fucking mind a little bit here. I closed that out on there so no one had to watch it, but this is what it is. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Mark. Okay, Mark was a brand newbie that came to me in January, and he had absolutely no clue what he was doing at all. The guy was lost and he was a little bit helpless, so we got him going, set him up on this system, and within his first month, he was able to get WSO of the day and generate over $3,000. That would be huge. Would anyone else like those types of results, to go from absolutely knowing nothing in their first month to just hammering up the $3,000 WSO of the day? Just slide the bar over to the hot side if that works for you guys. Okay, cool. Mike, one of the guys that's on here, this guy is a huge affiliate, and he was able to add $1,000 in one day to his business after just listening to one of my calls, and this is something that he's going to be applying to his business regularly, and he's going to be smashing out tons and tons of cash now that he's got this simple little system down. Then we have another guy, Brian. Brian has this awesome tale of a school teacher who was looking for more. He came to me, he didn't really know what he was doing, didn't have a clue on how to do much, but he'd been around for about 6 months to a year trying to figure out how to crack this code. And he was like, I imagine most of you are now, as you keep stumbling step after step, trying something, and nothing seems to work. So I sat him down, we worked out a plan for him, and he was able also to go on and smash out WSO of the day in his first first effort ever. Like, this was his first attempt at a WSO, and he was able to go out and smash out WSO of the day. So these are the types of results that are usual. These are typical results for my clients when they apply what's going on. So this part here, this is where everyone, they just take a little breath, grab yourself a notepad and pen, because this is going to be the secret sauce to 6 figures, and the mind blow kind of continues here. This is where we're going to get right into the nitty-gritty that's going to show you exactly how we're going to do this stuff, okay? So the quickest way to instant online cash for anyone out there is product creation. And the reason that we do product creation is very simple, okay? It's simple and easy to do. I know a lot of people will sit there and they will talk, like, you hear how hard a product can be to create. And at the end of the day, the truth is it's exceptionally easy to do. It's easy to create a JV relationship so that you can make it easy and break it into parts for yourself and a friend. It makes it incredibly easy for you to just grab the information, put it online, and sell it, okay? And once you're done, you get to automate the entire process. And it's really that easy, guys. That's why product creation is the thing that we choose, okay? So one of the important parts here is the research phase, okay? Where the heck did that go? We bumped all this stuff up. I'll move that there. Okay, is the research phase. Now, the research phase, this is very simple. Has anyone ever here, just slide the bar over, has anyone ever had a tough time kind of putting a product out there that's actually successful? Has anyone actually tried to create a product before and failed? Just slide the bar over there to the right-hand side. Okay,
hey,
cool.
I think we got to pause for a second. Hopefully it's just my screen, but please let me know in the comments. There's a comment box in the upper right that says Q&A, upper left, I'm sorry. Are you still stuck on Brian's Tale of Awesomeness? Because we're still on, we're not to the secret sauce yet. My screen still shows the Brian's Tale of Awesomeness. Is everyone else seeing Brian's Tale of Awesomeness, or are you seeing the screen move? Because I think we lost your screen, man. That's why I love Meeting Burner so much. Can you tell me in the chat box, what are you currently seeing? Are you still seeing this shit will blow your mind tab, or did he or did you scroll down and see him on the secret sauce? Yep, where the screen is, it left off on Brian's Tale of Awesomeness, or ETA, as Mary says. So you may need to try going out. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. So yeah, you may need to restart the screen share.
Yeah, I see something there, and it says it's now sharing it. Can you guys see it again?
No.
No. Okay.
Nope. Right. Yep. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah. Now it's gone. So here's the tricky part about Meeting Burner, and you guys, this is totally my fault. Bill said before this that he likes GoToWebinar, more reliable, the industry standard, but I've been using Meeting Burner for like 2 years, and I love some of the features. They have some cool stuff like that awesome temperature gauge that other sites don't have, and I like their support. The support, when you call, the actual guy picks up, and it's awesome. So he wanted to use GoToWebinar. I wanted to use Meeting Burner, and sometimes Meeting Burner is not, it's not 100% working, as you can see. I mean, it's a great company. I would still totally recommend them, but sometimes they just got some issues. So we did lose your screen. So here's the thing, Bill, with Meeting Burner. Once you get locked out of the screen sharing, you have to refresh.
Yeah, I just
re-download
back in now.
And
So
you have to re-download the new screen share app again and do it all over again.
yeah, can you just send it to me?
I will send it to you. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Again, that's why I love doing live webinars. Love being live, because you never know what's going to happen. This is where it gets real. So patience in just a second or two. That's funny. DFG says, that guy that I said who always answers when you call him, maybe time to give him a call right now. That's pretty funny.
Oh, man.
And Dallas says the audio is scratchy. Is it my audio that's scratchy or Bill's that's audio scratchy, or both of us? Because if you're hearing both of us as scratchy, it's possibly your internet connection. But if it's just one of us, then it's one of us that needs to change something. So Dallas, if you can reply and let me know which audio you're having issues with, if it's both of us or just one of us. Or if anyone else is also hearing scratchy audio. Yeah, see, everyone else is saying the audio is fine, so it might be your connection, Dallas, unfortunately. So did you get the new download?
Yeah, it's coming up right now.
Okay, cool.
I'm just waiting for it.
Yep. Thank you, Roger. He's I just resent him this, restarting it because some kind of way Meeting Burner lost the connection on his screen, so we're going to restart it right now. Just be a moment or two, but it's a great time to answer some questions or anything. Any questions so far while we're doing this? We'd love to answer. When he was going through case studies, I like sharing case studies because I love sharing what is possible with this business. I have, endless, just like Bill does. We had to narrow it down to the number of case studies he has, but I love sharing just one with Wayne. I'm sure he does not mind me sharing. It was so huge of a product about a month or so ago. You probably all may have heard about it, maybe not. It was a product called Cash Cow Ugly Sites. It was by a student of mine called, Warrior Forum name is W Digital. His name is Wayne. And he was in the middle of a contract. He works for a contract job where he works on bids like every 3 and 6 months, and then he has to re-sign and work again. And he had a coach before and followed another blueprint and made, decent, okay money with some products. And then after consulting with myself, when Cash Cow Ugly Sites came out, that single product did in less than 2 weeks. He did in the first opening day. He did 2,000 or 3,000, and about during the weekend. And then it got WSO of the day on that Monday, and then the total for 2 weeks was over $30,000 in total sales. By the end of the month, he had hit $40,000. And I just love sharing that story because there's a question I always get. So I asked this question to my members last week, and we did a little live Q&A, and they were asking, what type of money can you guarantee? Can you say in 5 days you'll start making $100 a day or $50 a day? So everyone always wants to know what's the exact number that you're going to make. Like to say, do this, do that, and then by Friday you'll be making $25 a day. And I always say you can't predict the exact number because I personally, and I have no problem saying this because I'm okay with the numbers I do. I personally have not done 40 grand in 2 weeks myself with any of my launches. So there's no way you can predict that. So if he would have asked me when he came to me and he was like, he wants to do something in IM because he was doing real estate product when he came to me, real estate consulting. And he wanted to do a product. And when we outlined his product and we came up with the idea for Cash Cow Ugly Sites, could I have told him, there's no way I could have told him, you know what, in 2 weeks you're going to make 40 grand and you'll be quitting your job and be forever making internet income for the rest of your life. There's no way you can predict that. But yet, just following this process and doing exactly what Bill is outlining right here, Wayne did a total of about 40 grand in 2 weeks, quit his job, and he's still continuing pump out products. The next product even after Cash Cow Ugly Sites. We followed it up with a second product right after that. That one also got WSO of the day. So you got 2 in a row. And again, you just can't predict the number. So no, am I going to tell you you're going to make 40 grand in 2 weeks? You know, who knows? But the case studies, we just got numbers of these of students, of people who came to us who've been trying stuff online for weeks, for years, and have never made anything more than a couple bucks. At the worst, you know, most people have made a couple of pennies using AdSense. God forbid. Awful. Pennies per click with AdSense sites. I don't know why people are still teaching that. It's so awful. But now we turn it around and, you know, because it's product creation. AdSense, could you ever get 40 grand in 2 weeks with an AdSense site or any other business like that? There's just nothing that gives you the leverage, the freedom, and the instant credibility as creating your own product. And biggest problem people think is it's so hard. Everyone thinks, oh, I can't come up with my own products. But Bill is going to outline right now and show you why, yes, you can. Doesn't matter your experience level. Doesn't matter what you've done before. Doesn't matter if you're a no-name, if you're brand new starting today. You need to be creating your own products, and we're going to show you how by the end of this call and why you should not be doing anything else other than creating your own products. So I just wanted to share one of the many case studies I have, probably one of my best ones. Like I said, I haven't even done 40 grand in 2 weeks, bastard. But I hope that all of you can hit levels like that soon enough. So are we back yet? Did you get the new screen share going? Because we cannot see anything yet, Bill.
Okay, it just told me that it was up and running. It says it's recording my screen, so I will try this again.
Once you go out and come back, you have to re-download it again and has to get that little JavaScript thing that lets you share.
Yeah, I did that.
It all again.
It says it's sharing right now, but I'll just
yeah, so yeah, try again because we don't see anything. So Mark says, is it as easy as you say to create products? So I know that came a bit before the long drawn-out story I just went into, but I want to tell you.
You're answering that question?
Yeah, go ahead.
The screen again?
As soon as I see your screen, I will tell you. Because right now I got nothing.
Pass me over the screen share again. Because I had to reboot it again. It was sharing, and you guys weren't seeing anything, so I've refreshed it all over again.
Okay. This is awesome. All right, try again. Download a new one.
All right, there we go.
So I want to say absolutely with 100% guarantee and conviction in my voice when I tell you, yes, I've taken people who have done nothing. You know, I'll just share one other case study without going all the way into it. One of my favorites, even though it wasn't, 40 grand in 2 weeks, one of my favorites was a kid, 14 years old, who had been trying other crap online. And within a matter of 6 days, he had made his first money online with creating his own product. He was a 14-year-old kid who, the best part about this was he barely spoke English. His name I won't share his name. I don't know if I didn't ask him if I could share his story, but he was 13 and a half, just about to turn 14. And we see your screen again, Bill, so awesome. And you were on the secret sauce where you left off. So yeah, we have a 14-year-old kid who barely spoke English. He came to me. He was so paranoid and panicked because I told him to do videos and a webinar, and he was like, no one was going to listen to me. I'm just a kid, and I can barely speak English. It won't happen. And less than 6 days after talking with me, he had his first sale that he's ever made online, and it was for a product we created for him, and it was $97. Everyone thinks you have to charge these cheap numbers and charge $7 because that's what everyone else is charging. But I had him start at $97, and in less than 6 days, I'm talking from idea to $97 in his PayPal with 6 days, this 13-and-a-half-year-old kid. If you want information about that, he loves sharing the story. You can contact me afterwards, and I will give you his email or Skype, and he will tell you right from his mouth what we accomplished in less than a week. with him having no skills and never doing anything else online. Another question, I know we're going to do the questions at the end, but we had a little delay, so I'm just going to answer this one last one because I think it's important. Actually, I want you to answer this one, Bill. The question from Spencer says, do you need to be well-known on Warrior Forum to sell your product well? I would love your opinion, what you think on that. I already know what I think. Absolutely not, but go ahead. I would love it if you could answer that.
Absolutely, Spencer, absolutely zero. You don't need to be known well on the Warrior Forum. There are a few things and strategies that I always suggest that you do to go in and make what I call good faith deposits that are going to help when people see you in and around the community. However, in order to just go out and start selling a product and start making sales, you don't need to be known at all. You need to go in and do a little bit of work, which we're going to get into here on how to make sure that your product's actually going to sell and the things that you need to do that. And as for the last question, is it really that easy? It is. And there's a few things here that we're going to cover that you're going to see it's just a simple little mind shift that separates people who are making money with products and launching their easy, successful products. It's just a simple mind shift that separates them from the people who are still struggling, trying to figure out all sorts of stuff. And we're going to get into that. But no, you don't have to be well known to go out there. Your products are, at the end of the day, what make you well known, if that makes sense. Does that sound like a fair, accurate assessment?
No, that's absolutely what I would say. It's identifying a problem and giving them exactly what they need. Here's another analogy that I like to use, and I'll keep it brief. But when you've gone and think about things that you've bought, think about products you bought from the store, name brands you bought, whether it's clothing, whether it's anything else. Just think of anything that you purchased. Whether it's a new book that you bought or anything, just really I want you to think, has there ever been a time that you bought something when you've heard absolutely nothing about the creator, but the thing of it was that you wanted it so much? So say I saw a book and I was looking for, body weight exercises, and I happen to be at the bookstore and I see a book that says, hey, how to do body weight exercises for James, because the title was so targeted to exactly my problem, body weight exercises for James, that sounds exactly like what I would need, that's for illustration purposes, the example is when your title calls out the audience specifically, I buy it because I'm like, that's speaking to me. That's exactly the problem I have, and I need it solved right now. And they sound like they know me personally. I read the, book jacket or the cover, and it sounds like they're describing exactly what I have, and I need the solution. I didn't check, go online and check the credentials of the author and see backbone and make sure that I know the author first. I have plenty of books by authors I've never heard of because the title was good and it was something I was interested in. So,
and on that point,
absolutely.
the author only becomes a household name to you because you bought the product.
Right. So yeah, this perception that everyone thinks no one's going to buy from me because I have to be a well-known name. Well, think no one starts out as a well-known name. Everyone had to sell the first book, talking about books, but even Stephen King, when he sold his first book, he wasn't a well-known name. He became a well-known name after selling millions of books. But the first couple thousand copies he sold, no one knew who he was. He just happened to put it out there, and then the word spread by how good he was. So, yeah, you do not have to be a well-known. Think about plenty of things that you've either bought, purchased, used, where you have no idea who the creator was, but you bought it on the title alone. So, yeah. You don't need to be a big name in any industry. I don't care what industry it is. You do not have to be a well-known big name. You can come from nowhere and follow the strategies we're going to show you and become extremely popular in the shortest amount of time, because most people don't know anything about internet marketing and the skills that we have. So you're going to show you how you can bypass even the big names because they don't know even a quarter of what we know about marketing, what you guys know. So we have the advantage. They just know they have a product and a book that they put out, but they don't know anything about all the marketing and stuff that goes on behind it. So we're going to show you how you can actually bypass the big names and they're going to wonder where this new kid on the block came from. Just follow the process that he's outlining right here, and you will become the big name quickly and in as short amount of time as possible. All right, so we'll handle the rest. There's a few more. We'll handle the rest of the questions after, so I want you to continue, Bill.
Cool. All right, so I'm just basically going to start from the why product creation part here, and we're just going to get into it and just really talk about this portion again, because it actually applies here. Just based on some of the questions, you can tell that it is simple and easy to do, guys, and there's enough people out there in and around the circles, in and around the people that you know, that it's easy to create JV relationships and make it easy to break it into parts so that two people can help, and then all of a sudden you've created the product and now two of you are rolling along. So that's a really important part to it. And once it's all done, guys, you automate the process. I know people will say this to you, and it seems maybe out of your scope of belief that you can just plug something into this source of traffic and suddenly you're going to get random payments in your email inbox, but it's the truth. This is what's going to happen to you, and this is what's happened for myself and James and a bunch of other marketers out there that understand a very, very key principle, and we're going to show you how easy it is right here. And the basics that you need to start off with, guys, and this got a little crazy here, is the research phase, okay? First and foremost, does it solve any problem or hit a burning desire? And by this, I mean instant solutions for people. An example is making money online, getting instant quick traffic, something that people love to know about how to get traffic, even though they may not be fully prepared to get traffic to their site, they still want to know about it. Quick and easy weight loss. This is stuff people want to know because this is solving a problem and it's also a burning desire. So you're giving away solutions here. How to train your dog in 3 days. This is seriously a problem that they need solving, because a lot of people, when they get that dog, they don't really know what they're in for. So if you're able to tighten that in and bring it in for people so that they can train their dog in 3 days, they're going to love you. Another example, kind of more about passion and how those burning desires are in there. And a lot of people laugh at me when I say this, but the best knitting needles online, you can go look it up. The knitting industry is just insane. And there are so many people out there, and there's so many ways to monetize the knitting niche. It's just insane, but I wanted to use that because they're an extremely passionate crowd. And then the best deal on lightsabers. This is really, really passionate fans here. I know I'm not a big lightsaber collector myself, but there are some people out there, and while that's more of a tangible product, you could create a program or a simple little PDF product or video series that would show them how to make their own lightsabers, and they'd be off and running like that. So there's all sorts of different niches and stuff that you can get into and different ways that you can solve the problem, but you want to make sure that it's either a massive problem or there's a burning desire inside for them, okay? It's that simple. Is that making sense to everyone? Just slide that meter over to the right-hand side if that's working for you. Okay, cool. So the next thing is, do people spend money on this problem? And that is not hard to find out at all, guys. It's simple Google, YouTube search, Amazon, eBay. You can check these things. Any forums out there or any marketplaces, JV, Zoo, ClickBank, you can find out whether or not people are actually spending money on these problems. So that's another key portion when you're doing the research phase. And guys, I'm not talking about going out and spending 62 years doing research. This is all stuff that can be boiled down into a couple of minutes. Now the next one here I wanted to talk about is, where do these people hang out? And there's a few in here. If any of you ever seen research, you probably haven't seen some of the ones that I have in here, because these are cool little places that not everyone knows about. Forums, Facebook fan pages, and groups. People are absolutely mad about this stuff. When you head into Facebook pages, you look on groups for some of these burning desires, people with problems, you will find everyone in all of these places looking for that solution. And here's the thing, is people are going to continue to buy more solutions. Kind of an insider tip here, but people are going to just keep buying more solutions. Otherwise, there would be no need for more weight loss products, because one would solve the problem. People are looking for a specific type of solution that is almost instant gratification. So you can find these people in forums, Facebook pages, and groups. Online publications, guys, we're talking about, let's just use the example of Forbes. Are they hanging out in a subsection or a subforum of Forbes magazine? Those are the types of things you can find out on Google. Just simply saying, hey, weight loss forums, people looking for how to lose 16 pounds in the next 2 weeks. type that into Google. You'll actually find forums that are addressing those almost exact situations, and then you can find out whether people are monetizing it. So we want to make sure that we get into where these people are hanging out. Offline publications, guys. My best example is the Entrepreneur magazine. There are so many different places for me to go out and find out what people are buying, and how I know what people are buying is because I just simply called their sales staff and asked how much it was to put a little small 1-inch by 1-inch banner placement in there of text and find out. And I know right away that people are obviously spending money on those solutions because those people are paying some sweet money to get into those things just for one issue. And then in coffee shops, you can find little, this is an odd one, but when you're out and about, you can just look on your corkboard at the local coffee shops, maybe not on the Starbucks, but there's all sorts of different things in and around your community where people are letting you know what they need, and you can create simple online solutions for these particular problems. So is that making sense to everyone? And slide it over if that's working out for you guys. Okay, so this is the important part here. What is the most common type of solution that's being offered? Is it PDFs? Is it videos? Is it membership sites? Okay, is there personal coaching? And this can be absolutely anything, okay? I really want to stress this point because a lot of people will get out there and they're like, oh, personal coaching, you just go out and teach other people how to make money. Well, that's not entirely true. There's all sorts of people that are good at certain things, and they're out there and they want to create programs like a personal coaching. There's graphics design and coaching programs. There's programming programs or coaching programs. There's Forex programs, make money online programs, traffic coaching programs, real estate coaching programs. The list goes on and on, but what I wanted to stress here is that are these types of solutions being offered? And again, this is only going to take you about 15 to 20 minutes once you kind of figure that stuff out. And then you want to head in and have a look in some Facebook private groups, because a lot of people are attaching those to their products now as things that they can offer, like let's say as an OTO, which would be your one-time offer of your product, or you can just add that into a bundle on your front-end product. Very easy kind of stuff to do where you can come in and get that extra support. So Facebook groups and the coaching programs, I really wanted to make sure that not everyone out there has to believe that they've got to jump into teaching people how to make money online. It's a very good avenue to go once you've got yourself sorted out, but I just wanted to make clear that you didn't have to go into that section there. Okay, so this one is key. I kind of want everyone to just pay attention right here. Can everyone see my mouse moving across that right there? This is going to separate you from actually selling a product that's actually going to sell, or putting something together that is going to flop. If you just come up with an idea and you want to sell it and you put it out there, it's probably going to flop. But once you find out what's selling, copy it and turn it into your own version of that product. The thing that people don't understand here, and that brings me into this next phase here, is the creation phase. We buy and we sell information online, guys. It doesn't get any crazier than that. That's what we do. We buy and we sell information. You can put a copyright on your packaging, on the way that you've done it, on your name, on all sorts of stuff like that. But once I give you information, there's no way for me to ever stop you in your brain from using that information again. And that's what makes information marketing so powerful and creating products so powerful. So basically, you get something else, offer the same solution, and make it better, or just put your own twist on it. So if it's a six-pack ab product that you're seeing, and you know how to do this, and you just want to twist, or you go and buy another product, and you make the two together and create your own sort of program, throw it into a PDF, you're good to go. Now I want to make very clear here, because has anyone ever felt like you kind of need to be this massive innovator where you are the one who needs to get out there and you need to set the trends and this product needs to do all this crazy shit? Has anyone ever felt that way? And slide the bar over to the hot side if you've ever felt that way. Okay, cool. So you don't need to be an innovator. As I'm mentioning here, and I'm trying to lay it out for you guys, all you simply need to do is be an action taker with the information that I've just provided. You find something that's selling, copy it, turn it into your own words. Do not plagiarize the whole thing. Sidebar, do not plagiarize the whole thing. Turn it into your own product, and you're good to go. You know that it sells. You know that people like this. You know that this is good content that people will consume and it works. Put it out there and sell it. Now, the common myth about creating a front-end product. this is a big one, so I want you guys all to listen to this, maybe write this one down really big on your notepad that you have out. While you will make some money on the front end, it's more about lead generation, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on coming up here, but I want this to be just crystal clear in your mind that what we're doing isn't so much on the front end here, your little PDF. That's not about just smashing out the riches, okay? This is about lead generation so that you have people that you can continue to market to. Now, another myth about creating a front-end product is that it's time-consuming. That's actually a crock of shit. It's not time-consuming, and most people, once they get rolling along, can whip off a PDF in like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and there you go. Your product is done. You've just got to do a little bit of stuff to kind of sweeten the pot and sweeten the deal. But it's not time-consuming. It just takes a little bit of effort. So I want to let you guys know you're not going to be working on this thing for 6.5 years once you get it up. You just sit down, dial out, get a second computer like James that has absolutely no distractions whatsoever to it, get to work, and you'll be surprised at how quickly and easily this thing will fly together. Okay, so what about OTOs, and how do I make one if I don't know what I'm doing, okay? Has anybody, James, I'm going to refer to you, I would like to just know in the chat box, has anybody just smash a 1 into the question box if you guys have ever kind of thought about putting an OTO together, or you just have no idea what you would ever do to actually give someone an extra offer after you've created your first product? Has anyone ever done that, felt that way? Smash a 1 in there. Cool. Okay, so we're going to talk, and we're going to sort this out right here. Become an affiliate and offer the affiliate product as the OTO. So I'm not going to be showing the example here given the time that we're short on here, but when you become an affiliate for someone else's product, if you go and talk to the other creator, they might even be nice enough to just duplicate their page and add a no thank you link in your offer. But this is a way that, let's say you take a Facebook product, a Facebook ads product, and you want to create your own because you've had a little bit of success with it. You're going to go in, like, say to my friends Chris Blair and Matt Stepnick, you're going to grab their product, you're going to be an affiliate for it, you're going to throw it in as the OTO. So they're going to make 50% commission, and you're going to make 50% commission, and that means that you now don't have to do any of that. Everything's taken care of for you. All you have to do is get the traffic through and sell that front-end product, and you're going to be making OTOs. Plus, what you do out of that is you're building a relationship with a bigger name who's going to remember someone, sending them money and sending them leads. So that is extremely, extremely important. So next, one of the big things, I sent out this training, I believe James sent it out as well. One of the big things is a big ticket. This is where the big money comes in, and we're going to talk about that coming up here. But if you have no big ticket, you're going to want to find someone else who does, and then you can actually pre-frame your product you can use that product to pre-frame people for the webinar, so you're making sure that your leads are super qualified and getting into where they need to go. Okay, so I hope that's making sense for everyone right now. We're going to come over here. We're going to create the affiliate program, all right? How to get affiliates to actually mail for you. This is going to actually blow your mind, guys, how simple this is. Simple PMs. Some guys will say that this is they cannot stand the PMs from other people. This is absolute garbage. But any way that I've ever managed to get a relationship built or get someone to mail for my product is by going out there and sending them a PM and using some ads, and then simply announcing your launch, your product that is coming out in launch announcement calendars. And then you can use emails and stuff like that for people. So you can send them emails. But I just want to say really quickly, if you guys are going to put your launches up and your products up in launch announcement calendars, like say Muncheye or anything like that, stay away from JV Notify Pro, not because it's a bad place, it's just that I've found that's where a lot of guys that like to launch jack will actually go in and they'll read that particular site more than any to find out how they can go and, if for those of you who don't know what launch jacking is, they will find out that your product's coming up. They will do all the SEO on their videos, make sure that they rank for it, and then leads people to a completely different place. And I found that that usually happens on JV Notify Pro when you do that stuff. So you want to stay away from that. Now, another thing that's really key really key to getting affiliates to mail for you is the commission structure. And I can't go into this enough. Give away the farm. Just give it away. Give everything that you can away on the front end here. This is not the time for you to go out and be greedy, and consider with everything inside of you for your first product, you can consider giving away 100% through the funnel because of what we're about to show you coming up. You don't have to. You can do 50% on the OTO and stuff like that, but at the very least, on your front end product, your little PDF, you want to make sure that you are giving away 100% commissions to people, because what's the difference? Let's say it's a $9 product that was mentioned earlier, and you're going to give someone $6 or they're going to get $9. That's a big difference if they can bring you 10 to 20 sales. So you're going to want to make sure that you're giving them that 100%. Now, Facebook ads, we're not going to jump into this because this isn't a crazy Facebook ads course, but what I will tell you is that Facebook ads will do the trick with the right targeting and the right type of message. So all you've got to really get out there and do is let people know on your Facebook ads what it is that you're offering and why it benefits them. Why does it benefit you as an affiliate or me as an affiliate to actually mail your product out for you? And it's that simple. Okay, so the special move is actually get in and start creating conversations with people. A simple way is saying, hey man, I grabbed your product, I thought it was fantastic. And it starts at that. Then you can start the conversation from there, but it's a simple doorway in. Now do not do this part, okay? This drives so many internet marketers absolutely crazy when people come to them with this particular comment. Hey man, you and I seem like we know and we're into the same things, and like you're super cool and stuff, so I just thought that we could network, and then you can look at all my information and details on my product. Okay, love to have you on board, see ya. That type of stuff does not fly, guys. That is called spam, and it's absolutely irritating to everyone out there. In fact, people that leave those messages do become the butt of jokes because there's nothing involved in any sort of relationship building. And I will stress now, and probably a little bit more on in the future, that what you want to do is be building relationships as you move along here and making sure that everybody remembers you in a good regard, a good light, okay? So now to recap the product creation phase of this, what we're going to do, step one, research a profitable product. Guys, this takes 15 to 20 minutes. Once you get rolling, you understand, you copy this process. You might take a little bit longer to get started, but at the end it should take you 15 to 20 minutes. Step two, find a product you like to use it as a template. Remember, do not copy it word for word. So find a product that you like that you can use as a template and you can mold into your own product. This should probably take you 10 minutes to actually find the product because there's statistics all over the place to let you know which ones sell the best. And then you create a simple PDF, set up a sales page, track down some affiliates. You can find these people on the leaderboards. If you start looking into JV Facebook groups, you'll be able to sneak in there, and you'll actually be able to watch the launches. A good guy doing a massive launch is actually going to have an email campaign going out to his affiliates, and you'll be updated with the leaderboard regularly, so you can start finding out who these people are in the industry that you don't already know, and then you can start kind of moving in to create relationships with these people. And then step 5, guys, just let it rip. Most importantly is just let it rip. So are we moving along here? Is everybody understanding what's going on? Just slide that bar over, let me know that everything is A-okay. Okay, cool. So what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the explosive power of the 5-figure payday. Sorry, just grabbing a little drink there. Whoa, why does it keep doing this? I have no idea. All right, let's try this again. The explosive power of the 5-figure payday. Okay, so mid-ticket webinars of other people's products. Now, what's going to happen here is after you've created that power list, because a power list is a list of buyers that your affiliates have sent to your product, the people have bought, now you have a list of buyers that are actually going to continue to buy stuff. The biggest way to making big money is having a big ticket, but if you don't have your own because you're new or you're afraid, you don't quite fully understand what a big ticket is or how to do it, you're going to want to sell other people's products. Now, a mid-ticket is usually between $197 and $997. So basically, instead of selling shitty little $9 products, what you can do then is you can find big-ticket offers to promote with people with a webinar. A great place to find these offers is go onto Facebook, type in a group called Big Ticket Affiliate Marketers. I'm in that group myself. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, do not spam that group. It is not cool to spam. Spam is not cool and never will be cool, so just don't do it. And then you're going to be able to actually sell their product. So all you do is you promote this offer to your list, and let's say instead of making 2 $9 or let's say 10 $9 sales for $90, you sell something for $1,000 and you're making $200 and you sell 2 products of it, you made $400 and you kept all of those leads to yourself. So I hope that's making sense to everyone, because that is such a powerful way to instantly increase your income instead of promoting low ticket products. And I'm not saying just to do that, but if you vary it out and you spray it, this is how the big money is made, is when you're promoting big or mid ticket offers to big ticket offers. So you can go into this group and find it right there. Now, selling your own mid-ticket webinars, okay? So an example of what these things would be like, this would be softwares or coaching programs, and I stress videos only here because video programs sell for a good $9.97 and up. So when you're doing this, you want to have videos, plugins, software. That's your coaching program needs to just be videos, and we can go on and on with the different types of things that you can do. But the key to selling these is having a well-written webinar and a sales page. That's how you're going to get people into it. In this case, it would be an email. If you have structured your webinar properly, your email would be your sales page to get people into that webinar. There's some other little tricks and tips that you can get into, but I don't want to overcomplicate the process for you. It's just a webinar email. Get it all set up and have an idea of what you're promoting. Do some more research on what they need, guys. This is where you can pull your list. This is so incredibly easy to do because now you actually have a database of people that you can pull to actually tell you what it is that they want to buy. What do they need? How much would they be willing to spend? All sorts of different questions that you can ask these people now that you have access to them. So make sure that you're doing that when you're looking at creating your own mid-ticket webinar. Did that stop sharing?
Yes, it did.
Are we back now?
Nope.
Oh, it says I'm back.
I don't see the screen. Does anyone else? Can anyone else see his screen? I got 2 people saying, will there be a replay? I'm telling you, we are recording this. Like I said, I've used Meeting Bird before, and I've had a small percentage of them not record properly. So we are recording this. I'm hoping there will be a replay. There's no way I can guarantee it. So the recording is going. I have no idea what may happen. So Bill, I'm going to kick you out and then send it back to you to just start it over, okay? Just restart it.
Yeah, I'm just going to close that down then.
I see a few questions. There's quite a few questions. I was going to just throw it in, but they were kind of on stuff we talked about previous. So I do see your questions. We will answer all questions at the end. So if you put something in the chat box, know that I did see it. I absolutely saw it. I made note of it, and we will answer all questions at the end. So I did see your question. Ayana, I did see your question. DJ, I did see your question. Mark, there's a couple of Marks in here. So yes, I got all your questions. We will answer them at the end. And
we'll get there.
Costa says Meeting Burner sucks, and you know, I'm not really going to argue with you. I don't know why I stick with them. I know I guess it's a creature of habit myself. Something about the features and their layout, I just like them, but I got to say, about 50% of the webinars I do, there is 1 or 2 connection or some sort of interrupts during it. So you're right. Maybe my loyalty needs to lie elsewhere. But yeah, it is back. We can see your screen again. Freaking Meeting Burner. I love it.
All right. You know what? Hey, at least this is giving us a chance to interact during, and everybody's getting some questions answered and stuff like that. So as much as I love to say it's a really big deal, guys, the content is still there, and that's what's still important. So as long as you guys are getting a ton of value out of this, that's all that matters. We can handle the interruptions all day, except you who need to go to bed soon.
Absolutely. Keep your questions coming. Absolutely. Again, I tell you, we're making note of them. If we do see them, we will answer them. All of them at the end. Again, I mentioned if you've been on any of my webinars, I don't leave until all the questions are answered. So anything you want to ask, anything you're stuck on, any part of the process you are on right now, if you've got a question, now is the time to ask while you have us. This is the closest thing you can get to free coaching that you'll ever see, because you probably know our prices for both of us for private consulting. So if you want to get a question answered, you have something you want worked out, now is the time. Put it in the chat box. At the end, we will stay on until all questions are answered, and I will force Bill to stay. Even if he wants to leave, we're not leaving until all questions are answered. So put them in the box. At the end, we will go through every last one. All right, so we are back. We can see your screen. Continue, please.
Perfect. We are on to the big ticket items, the big ticket paydays. Basically, it's no different than doing your mid-ticket webinar, okay? So it's just a higher price point with the same type of lead-in. It's kind of more of a one-on-one interactive style coaching that involves your time. So the pricing is going to be up there a little bit because as opposed to the videos where you can just set it and play, you're actually going to need to be involved in this process. So you're going to want to actually kind of charge a bit more money because it's part of your life that you're spending with these people. So it's totally, this is the big ticket portion, and this is what you're going to want to do. We'll now have the money to roll it in to pay a pro. Okay, so this is important, guys. I want to talk about this, and this is huge for so many people. I see so many people fail to use the money that they earn properly, and while I may not be your financial consultant or anything like that, there's a particular way that you're going to want to use the money that you come in. Just because you make some money doesn't mean that you pull it out of PayPal and then you go spend it on something else and start scraping out of your account again. Because once you make a few high-ticket affiliate sales, guys, you'll have the money to actually pay someone who's a professional at writing a super killer webinar. You can pay them to do it for you, and then all you've got to do is do the presentation, and then life gets really, really easy for you. So many people seem to do that. So take what you make and reinvest it. This is how you grow rapidly. When you make a 5-figure payday, you want to take that money and you want to be using, sure, you can take a little bit for yourself, take a little bit, reward yourself, go out for dinner or whatever, but use the bulk of that to continue to grow your business, because once you're starting to see results, you want to make those results bigger, and the easiest, quickest way to make your results bigger is by throwing a whole bunch of money to the right people doing it professionally. So that's just something I want to say right there. You can go out and you can do it yourself. There's no need to do that, but when you get to this big ticket place, you kind of want to make sure that the people that know what they're doing are writing it and structuring it for yourself, okay? I hope that's making sense to everyone. Just slide the bar over if that's working for you. Awesome. So, don't want to close that. So we're going to recap the big ticket back end, okay? So step one, start off with selling mid to high ticket webinars for someone else on the heels of your front end product launch. This way you're going to build relationships, you're going to make more money, and you can still do lower ticket affiliate offers to fill in there, but the quicker you're selling the higher ticket prices, the better off for you. So step two, you're going to outline your mid to big ticket offer. Then step three, you're going to take the profits from those mid-ticket webinars that you promoted, roll them into a professional. Step four, you're going to set up a 3-day email series, sometimes more. Then you're going to go live with your webinar, not on Meeting Burner, and you're going to just rock that shit out. Okay? So everyone, remember, don't do it on Meeting Burner. But that is your big ticket there. Now there's a few things that I really want to discuss here that I would like you guys to, this has gotten so big now, I'm just going to close all this down so that we can actually see it. These are things that if you're new, you're trying to figure out how you're making the money, which is a lot of people here, you're going to want to avoid these things like the plague. Okay? SEO. You do not need to do this, and most people that try SEO fail anyways, and there's a number of reasons for that. If you're brand new and you're jumping into SEO, odds are good you don't know WordPress. You need to understand what a meta tag is. If you're technically illiterate, like I still am to this day, figuring out what an alt tag is, a meta tag is, or going in and figuring out what a SERP is, these things are just so hard. And then you get into investing in the right type of aged PR, high domain. You know, it's just, you're investing in a lot of stuff and you're starting to play with a lot of technical stuff that isn't really entirely newbie friendly. So I would suggest staying away from SEO, because even if you do kind of get some some results for super long-tailed keywords. If you're going to try and get in there into the real big money niches, you're going to be up against the seasoned professionals that know exactly what they're doing, and they have teams of people building stuff for them. So you want to stay away from SEO because you're just fighting people for the same types of stuff. Next is blogging. Now, while you can add this down the road, to me at the beginning it sounds kind of like a strange dance for getting nothing, because if you haven't got products or anything like that, you haven't got any sort of structure in place and you just start blogging randomly, honestly, there's absolutely no advantage whatsoever except for the fact that you're sending out stuff to nobody. It's just there and nobody visits it. So I would stay away from blogging. You can, like I said, it's a very, very powerful tool that you can use later on because it's a great place to interact with your customers and stuff like that. But if you're brand new, you've got no customers, no successes, so to speak, you're going to have a really tough time making that blog actually get people to engage. So stay away from blogging to get started because it's going to drive you crazy. I'm just going to throw AdSense in there because it was already mentioned. Stay away from AdSense because that ties into SEO and stuff like that. Now, traffic. This is such a key one that I really want to make sure. Has anyone here ever found themselves obsessed with traffic? Just run that bar over to the hot side. If you found, I want to get traffic, I need to know how to get traffic. Okay, because yeah, everybody wants to know how to get traffic before they actually know how to put together an offer that actually is going to convert, and then finding the right type of traffic to do that. So while your concern is about the traffic is the easiest part of this equation, I would say. That, at least that's my opinion, is the traffic is the easiest portion because you can let other people do that work for you. And why work more than you have to? Plus, these people that are sending you the traffic to your product have relationships with the traffic they're sending to you. Their name, their word actually means something. So for you to go out and try and figure out cold traffic when you're getting out started is absolutely something that is just completely unnecessary and not anything that you should be worrying about right now. Videos and ranking them, or whatever it is that's magical out there with videos these days. Ranking videos can be powerful, yes, but again, it involves some SEO and different types of things that you're going to need to learn that are going to take a serious ton of time, as opposed to with product creation, you know how to do it once, it's over and over again, but you don't have to get into geo-targeting or adding the right types of tags to a product. You don't have to do any of that stuff, but you do have to do that to videos if you want them to rank properly, and you have to send them a certain type of linking structure, and those are usually drip-fed links. So that's stuff that is better off left till you're in a business place where you got time to learn that kind of stuff. We're talking about getting you going now, quick start stuff. So you want to stay away from video ranking and all that stuff. And this is the thing that you need to avoid, the assumption that you actually need to know what you are doing. Just get out there and do it. One of the most important things that I will ever teach my clients or tell them right off the hop is learn just in time. Do not learn just in case. A lot of people get caught up in this, I need to learn, I need to consume, I've got to take more information in before I'm ready. And those are the people that end up usually stuck most of the time, is because they're learning, they're taking in so much information. But that's not how we want to operate this. We know the direction we're going. Learn what you need to learn just in time. A prime example of that is you can sit there and figure out how to do an autoplay video on YouTube right now when you have no need for it, or you could wait until you've got your video done, got it on your product, and then you need to learn how to autoplay it. You simply Google it and you'll find like 62 listings. But that's the difference between learning just in time and learning just in case you might actually need it. So is this making sense to everyone here? Just slide that bar over. Okay, cool. So all of this stuff will absolutely kill your business before you get it off the ground and running. Now, you have here the access to this mind map. You're going to have it. You're going to have the roadmap. Now, you've got the entire roadmap. Are you going to go out there, take this, and apply it by yourself and make it happen?